All right, so I did a survey recently on a couple of personal trainer groups asking how often do you follow somebody else's advice? Always, sometimes, never. And the vast majority of the answers were sometimes, but still a lot were absolutely never. So this kind of goes to show. I mean, some people also put in, they added, it depends. Of course, it depends on the quality of the advice. If you actually need the advice, really how important is that advice to you? And of course, advice is important when you need to learn how to do something like an exercise or how to go about, how many exercise, how to exercise, how often, that kind of thing. But when it comes to your clients' issues like anxiety, self-esteem, confidence, motivation, your advice means absolutely nothing. So when you're following somebody's advice, even if you need the advice, how really and honestly, how long do you think you're going to follow it? How often have you ever really followed somebody's advice for any long period of time? This is why diets and exercises, big lifestyle changes fail so often, is because people just, no matter how good the advice is, no matter how badly they need it, even with that kind of advice, they rarely follow it for any long period of time. So if they have the anxiety issues, self-esteem, these kind of problems, general bad mindset, things that they need to change, your advice means absolutely nothing, because like I said before, you've been watching my videos, that whatever they say their problem is not actually the problem. So if you're giving advice to problem X when problem Z is actually what they need advice on, but you don't know that. Only their unconscious mind knows that. They don't even know the answers consciously, because it's in their unconscious mind. And the cool thing about this is you don't have to be a specialist in anxiety or confidence or motivation, because all roads lead to Rome. All of their problems are going to be something else, which is why you don't have to have, you don't have to be a specialist in smoking if they're trying to quit smoking, because the smoking isn't the problem. So a simple way to find out what their problem is, just to ask them, what's the problem? Always start in the same place. Always start from the beginning. You have to understand what their issue is as the client sees it, so you can understand where to go, because it will lead you somewhere else. You will get nuggets, you will get openings into their unconscious that leads them away, because when you know all about their problem as they know it, it allows you to then move away from it. As you find other roads to lead down, and you go down those roads, and if maybe it doesn't lead anywhere, you come back and try something else. You will eventually one road will lead to another issue, and then it will lead to another issue, and you don't know what this is. This is why it's great, conversational hypnosis. So because you don't have to be an expert in any one particular problem, because again, the problem is not the problem. So as you lead down these roads, you'll pick up another problem. You could discuss that a little bit, and then that problem will lead to another problem. This is why you can actually accomplish multiple sessions within one session, because in conversational hypnosis, that's just the way it works. It is effective in its efficiency, so you can turn multiple sessions into one session. So a client's symptom, again, is not the real problem. So you have to investigate it, understand that symptom, so that then that will help you lead to the real problem, the root cause. And once you find the root cause, you can find out how to deal with it. Once you find the root cause, doesn't mean all their issues will go away. You just have to know where it starts and how to deal with that in the now, because whatever happened in the past, and now is in the now. We bring this baggage with us. A lot of coaches will do the progression thing, and in hypnosis we do regression. We go back to find the root cause, but there's also progressing into the future, going into the future, and seeing yourself fit and in great shape and happy. And how do you feel? I find great success in actually kind of doing that, but in the negative. How do you see yourself in a year if you don't fix this issue? What's at stake if you don't fix this issue? How will you see yourself? How will you feel a year from now, for example, in the future, if you don't fix this issue now? And that that, that alone helps give people motivation into wanting to change. Clients have baggage, we all have baggage. And if you go into the future with they're bringing that baggage, then that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring that baggage with them into the future. So it's good to get rid of the baggage, or at least lighten the load. You go from a big check-in bag to a carry-on. Change is change, and if you can lighten the load, if you can get rid of it, get rid of the baggage going into the future, then it's so much easier for the client to go into the future. It's so much easier for the client, for them to reach their goals. If you properly investigate their symptom and find out where that leads, you want to go anywhere where the symptom is not. First, you have to understand it. Then after that, it's going to lead you to where the real problem is.